Hi, this is Miss Green. I wanted to give you a couple of proofreading tips for your Works Cited page. The Works Cited page that's up on my screen has already been formatted correctly. I made an additional video called Works Cited Format that shows you how to do these things. To review, the Works Cited title is centered in the middle of the page. The entire document, including that title, is set to Times New Roman style font in size 12. Everything on the page is double spaced with no additional spaces in between citations. And I've applied the hanging indent where the first line of every citation is along the margin and each subsequent line is indented a ½ inch. I've also alphabetized the citations by the first word of each citation. So JOH from Johnson is alphabetically before MEX from Mexico, which is before TUT from Totino. So if you haven't done that already, you might want to also review that video. What I'd like to show you with this video first is the access date. The access date is the day that you access the resource. It is not required to include on your citation page. However, it is helpful, especially if you do not have a publishing date for your source. Secondly, you want to make sure that your dates are written in correct MLA format. You can see this first one, Access 12th of March, it's capital M-A-R period. That's the correct way to abbreviate the months in MLA format. The second one here, where it says Access 12th of October, it is not abbreviated correctly, so I'd want to fix that. You need to abbreviate all the months that are longer than 4 letters. So anything that is not May, June, or July. May, June, and July you do not need to abbreviate. Everything else should be 3 letters long with a capital and a period at the end. The next thing I'd like to go over with you is capitalization. Sometimes you will get a source copied from one of the databases where you have this all caps style of citation. You need to fix that. You actually go in and type over the words to only capitalize the important words in any title. So you need to go in and fix those titles. All right, and next I'd like to talk to you about the containers. The container is what you found the article or information in. So for an article, often the container is a database. For example, this first one, Cameron Johnson wrote this article about the Mexican Revolution. I found it in this website, Teaching California. So I need to italicize Teaching California. The California Historical Society is the publisher. You can see in the second citation, the italicization is already there. On this third one, the article by John Totino, I found this article. It was originally published in a magazine called The Historian. So that would also need to be italicized. When I found that magazine, I was actually looking in the Gale in Context U.S. History database, and the magazine was within the container of this database. So that would also need to be italicized. If you're creating your citations from a database, this should have already been done for you, and when you cut and paste, the italics were there. But often through the cutting and pasting process, the italics get somehow messed up, and so you'll just want to double check that all of your containers are italicized. And just one last note, the final part of many citations is this URL. You can include the URL. You should, especially if there's no other location available. And even if it's behind a password part of a website, if it provides your reader with information, that's great. And if you have a DOI or digital object identifier instead, that's even better. But you want to provide the URL for any websites. All right, Good luck, and let me know if you have questions. Thanks.